Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Yeah, What of It. We are back again to penetrate your ear holes. But it's another week of just the two of us. It's Dick and Dom without the bungalow. It's Batman, Superman, but we're missing our Wonder Woman. Mario, Bowser, but where's our Princess Peach? He's busy. So instead, you got me and Jake.
You picked weird trios there.
I know. I've just gone off the dome. I don't know why I went to Dick and Dom without the bungalow.
But Batman and Superman, no Wonder Woman. Keane is definitely Wonder Woman. He's got a weakness for bondage. I thought, Batman, Robin, no Alfred. That's an option.
That would
Well,
have
I
made
think
more sense. You know what? I saw something today, and I thought you might like it. They've
Oh yeah,
so DC have rebooted, like, they haven't rebooted. It's like a new line of comic books they're releasing. It's in this thing called like the Absolute Universe, right? And
it's like Keane's favorite universe. He says absolute a lot.
he does. He would love it. But it's like the edgy universe, right? Where all the heroes start off from. The point is that all the heroes are underdogs, and it's like a
Right.
different telling of the story to match this like underdog thing they got going on.
So
So
Batman's broke.
yeah, pretty much. So in the release of Absolute Batman 1, and I haven't read it, but I watched a review of it, and basically Batman's dad is a teacher and his mum is I think she's like a social worker, and they just live in some flat in Gotham on the criminal side of town.
Yeah.
And he grows up with like all the Batman villains as his childhood friends,
Oh
and they all
shit,
still
cool.
hang out in that.
Yeah.
And he becomes Batman to be more of like, instead of being like, oh, I'm gonna bring justice to Gotham, it's more like a revenge story, I think is what they're going for, because his dad
Right.
gets killed on a school trip in front of him, but his mum's alive.
That trip to Milestones really got him.
Turn the corner, I thought it was a wax man. Oh no, dad's dead. Oh, I guess just leave him there, no one will notice.
That's it. People just think it's a wax museum of dead people, but it's not. It's his father.
How long do you think a dead body could stay in a wax museum without people knowing? Let's say everyone's nose blind, no one can smell.
So I think if the person was like choked to death and you put them in like a snow themed room,
Mm.
then you could get until the body decomposes. And then once it's like starts to decompose, then people might be like, wait a minute.
How long does a body take to decompose?
I don't know actually. I used to know.
Um, According to the Australian Museum, it can be reduced to bones in 10 days under the right conditions.
Yeah, but is that with those beetles? Have you seen the
Might
beetles that
be.
strip flesh?
Hmm. Yeah, they're freaky.
I
Okay,
think
a
it's
body
weird.
that is buried 1.2 meters under the ground retains most of its tissue for a year. That's a long time.
There we go. So if we assume it's somewhere between a year and 10 days. That sounds like an Amazon window for delivery.
It really does. It really does.
If you don't pay for Prime, this is what you get.
Mate, Prime is a scam, and let me tell you why. I
Okay.
order, I okay, not so much the TV. Okay, the TV stuff is fine, but if you're just ordering stuff, right? The amount of times I've ordered something off Amazon, and I said, "Oh, do you want to continue with Prime?" And I've been like, "No, I don't want to continue with Prime. Thank you very much." And if you select the free checkout, usually they say, "Oh, we can deliver this in 2 or 3 days instead of next day."
Mm.
However, if you order it before like 2 or 3, it's most likely going to arrive next day, regardless of if you paid for Prime or not. Which
I
I
didn't know that.
I have found really annoying at times, because I've been like, okay, yeah, it will arrive in 2 days. I'm out tomorrow, whatever. It always arrives next day. It always arrives next day, and that might be because they've got a facility in. I think they've got a facility in Derby, which isn't too far from here. But 9 times out of 10, next day. Never pay for it. Never pay for it. I've had enough of Fortnite for now.
Hmm.
Dead by Daylight, I was like, not really in the mood for it. Um, I saw Deep Rock Galactic, and I thought I've never really given it a go. I'll
It's
I'll try it again, and mate, I am fucking loving it. It is so good. It is so good, and
it's
like
so good.
just and what I like is on PC, you select the mission you want to do, and then you can select join, host, solo, whatever. No matter what mission you're doing, or what I found is no matter what mission you're doing, you press join, and there will at least be one person in the world who is also doing that mission. It's not like some games where you select a mission that you have to do multiplayer, and no one's doing it.
Mm.
There's always someone doing it, and the servers are holding up so well. Like I played with some fucking guy in China earlier. He was the host of it, and there was no lag. There was no jumping about.
That's crazy.
It was just excellent. It was just
Have
really
you
good.
got have you got the Windows 10 version, or have you got the Steam version?
I got the Steam version.
Bastard.
I know. I'm really hoping they'll bring an update.
Because yeah, it's not cross-platform yet.
I don't see why it can't be, but it's super good. It's super good, and it's just so satisfying. Like going into
Well,
there's just something about going into a match with people from other countries who are complete strangers and you don't even speak the same language, but all of you are looking at each other and shouting "Rock and Stone."
rock and stone.
It's just I don't know why it's just so satisfying. I love it. Really enjoying it, and like I don't need to focus. I can just like totally zone out. When you play, did they have these like purple core crystals, and you pickaxe them out, and then it opens a rift, and all these like purple demon things come running out?
No, that's no.
Well, that happens, and I didn't know that was going to happen. I thought it was just a purple rock that I could sell. And my team were typing something in some Eastern European language, and I didn't know what they were saying, but they just kept putting things in. I presumed they were talking to each other, and then I obviously unleashed this horrific rift of demons, and one of them just put "fuck you" in English. I was like, so that's what they were telling me.
I do have updates on my Skyrim in real life adventure. If you're done with your week,
I was gonna say, absolutely, I'm done. You go for it.
cool. So as you know, the other day I trained to climb High Rothgar, and by doing that, I climbed Mount Snowdon.
Yeah, how was it?
Dope! It was so cool.
I'm really sorry for this background noise. Beth's got some friends over, and Brandy is losing her mind right outside my door.
I can't hear Brandy. I could hear that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, essentially, my mate was like, "Oh, do you want to do snow?" And I was like, "Yeah." I just assumed it was a big walk. I'm not gonna
Hmm.
lie to you.
Yeah.
Um, and then he was like, "We're gonna do the hardest route," and I was like, "Okay, so it's just an even steeper walk."
Wait, you did crib gotch? Is that
Yeah,
right?
good God.
Yeah, that's the one.
So that's the one where when you're up the top and you're on the it's not the summit, it's like the crag or whatever that goes across the top of this mountain.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
there's certain death one side and then you're paralyzed for life the other side.
Okay, yeah. Two good choices.
Two very good choices.
Hmm.
But as
Solid
we set
career
off,
moves.
that's it. You don't get what you want. Can't give up, throw yourself off the edge and say I told you to.
Exactly.
That message is endorsed by the what the team, all three
Hmm.
of us. Um, so yeah, we set off and as we get as we're going off, we meet this group of ladies, and they're like, "Oh, you know, picture of us." And they all look like they're, like mums or like, they work in an office or something. I was like, "Yeah, cool, whatever. Here's your picture." They're like, "Do you want one?" So, no, thank you. We just kept going.
Yeah.
Later, it's called like the Pig Miners track, which is just like the standard track you do
Hmm.
from the car park. You're like across the base of Cribgold.
Yeah.
So you stay at the bottom, and then you just go straight up Snowdon. So it's still achievement, and it's still it's still a track. We went off the side, and when we climbed over the thing, the sign reads, I've got it somewhere. It was something like specialist equipment might be required. Uh, so it's an extreme technical route, grade one scramble, which I think is just the best way to do your X. It's a route suitable for experienced and very fit mountaineers with good technical skills. Uh, may require the use of ropes. You might need specialist equipment. I was in jeans and some boots. And I was like, this is good. And then as we keep going, we met these lads, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we're just signing from uni, having a nice time." And we start climbing it, and this one lad is terrified. Like he's terrified of heights, and he's like a foot off the floor, shitting himself.
Yeah.
And I want to get up here. You're in the way. Like, don't fall backwards, but fucking move. Um, we kept passing them. They kept passing us on the flat parts, but my mate had a fucked ankle while I was smoking, so not doing great. But anytime it came to climbing parts or like anything that was a bit steeper than a 30-degree incline, we smashed them.
Yeah.
When we were at the top, the mist was so thick, like I was covered in water and shit, but it was because we were in clouds. It wasn't because it was raining.
Yeah, it's just the damp,
Um,
like the humidity around you.
yeah, and we're shimmying our way across. And at one point, I was looking over the side, and it just goes down into fucking fog. And I was like, I could jump. I could 100% jump. And there was 50-mile-an-hour winds, and I was like, if I open my coat and jump, I get swept away like a kite. And I was like, no, 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 no. Climbed over the other side where it was only almost certain death, and the wind was pushing me into the rocks. So I was like, that's okay. Kept on going. Lo and behold, we did do the whole thing. It's really cool. There's no direct route to do Kripgok. It's just
Okay.
like
You just have to get
it,
there.
it, you just you climb over the fence and it goes right. Go up, hit the top, and then just go across, and then you can keep going and you'll eventually hit Pig's Mine as it's climbing up to Snowdon. So because you did, didn't you? You did Snowdon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So when you get to like near the top, when it starts turning into steps and shit, you go up, and a path joins your path. I don't know which one you did. I'm assuming you did Pig's Mine.
We did, yeah, pig track and the minor one.
Yeah,
I think we
yeah,
deviated at some point. We went off the track we were supposed to be doing and ended up on a different one because we got to the top and we were struggling to get back down. So we got the train thing.
yeah, yeah. So my track joins your track at the top.
Okay, yeah, cool.
And when we got there, we met the girls that we'd seen earlier. And they're like, "Oh my god, we did a whole peak," and they were crying and shit. And I was like, "Damn, that's an achievement." Like, I was like, "It's really nice," because they were also happy, and I was like, "We've done our bit," and I'm really happy. We still had 2 more peaks to go because we're doing the horseshoe, so you come back round and do 2 more.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, we got to the top and we were in the queue for the summit.
Mate,
Uh,
the queue, that's like, did you have a big queue? Because that queue is
there
bollocks.
was like 19 people in the queue,
Yeah.
and there was this woman at the top taking fucking selfies upon selfies upon selfies. And the lads who we had beat up, they literally saw the queue, like fuck this, ran to the top, took a selfie, ran down, and
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to do that, but I'm in this queue now, and I was like, you know what, fuck this. I said to my mate, I was like, I don't care. And so technically, I've not summited Mount Snow. I
But
was
you
two
got to the
meters away
queue of
from the
it.
top. Yeah, I was, mate. Literally, I was like 2 meters from the top, and I was like, I cannot be asked to stand here and watch people take fucking selfies for me to go up and just take a picture of the disc. I'm not taking a selfie. I don't need a selfie. I know what I look like.
Yeah.
So we just fucked off, got a coffee, and went down. Like it was,
Yeah.
and the next 2 peaks were a bit shit, but they were alright. My legs hurt. I felt like I'd been beaten by a group of small Welshmen.
Did you have a bath?
The next, I did a few that like 2 days after.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, so the night after we slept in a hostel,
Hmm.
um, it was nice, but the room was full of people. But we didn't care. We went to bed at like I think because we were up at 5 a.m. that day.
Yeah.
Um, no, 5 or 3, 5 or 3, one of the two. Because we
Hmm.
no, it was 3 because we drove down for 6. We got there for 6 and started climbing because we wanted to beat the crowds.
Yeah, fair enough.
Um, but did all that. Um, so we were in bed by like 8:30. I was just snoring away. Like I woke up and I was snoring like a bastard. All these people hate me. Fuck them, I don't care. Because they kept letting the door slam as they walked in. So I was like, you know what? Fuck you. You can deal with my snoring.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but then I had a bath when I got back. I had a bath. There's a little bin in our bathroom now because I live with a woman. And on that bin sat a cold couple of beers, which I sipped while I had this lovely bath, which was good.
Very nice. Do you have news this week?
Well, that's a bit fucking weird.
I've got one piece of shocking news.
Okay, I
That's
I also have one piece of shocking news. Well, it's not so shocking. I've just fucking lost it. Oh no, there it is. I found it. Do you want to go first?
yeah, mine's short and sweet.
Okay, amazing.
Um,
Yeah,
it's definitely not sweet. It's gonna haunt your nightmares.
yeah.
So,
Okay.
do you remember for Kian's birthday, we looked on that website where you pay people to speak? What's it called? I can't remember the
Cameo.
Cameo. That's it.
Yeah.
Cameo. Now there's a man out there, um, and I've done my best to find out about him. I cannot. Right.
Cannot
What
what?
I cannot find him to pay for a cameo, which is
Okay.
really upsetting. And when I find the original video, where I found out about him, I'll send it to you.
Was he like a meme man?
No, so he's a man, and if you pay him money, like on Cameo, he will say hello to you. You know, happy birthday, condolences for your penguin dying or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he'll make a sandwich out of his own shit and eat it
So
on
this
camera.
this isn't on Cameo.
No, this isn't on Cameo. This is on his
Okay.
own version of Cameo. He shits into bread, obviously, because he's not going to use anything else. That'd be weird. And then he eats a sandwich to completion in front of you. Now, I know this fact, and I've seen the video of him eating the shit sandwich, so I figured you now need to know the facts.
I've just typed in "man eats shit sandwich for birthday video,"
Have you found it?
and no, I don't think so.
One
I
second.
don't want to click any of these. Oh, there's a guy here
Yeah,
called Poop Face McGee, but he's on Cameo, so he can't be. Oh no, it's a she for one.
right,
Yeah,
one sec.
that ain't gonna be
So
it.
I'm going to send you a screenshot of the very start of the video.
This is like one of these
And
moments before disaster.
and it's going to make Kian very confused when he looks in the chat, but that's fine.
Kian has immediately named that old man making a shit sandwich.
Has he?
Yeah, Naked Martin.
Oh, there we go. I knew he had a name. I just couldn't remember what it was. Then when you Google old man shit sandwich, it doesn't really come up.
Are you ready
I
to
am
have your
sitting
mind
comfortably.
blown?
Please blow my mind.
In 1975, King Charles flew a prototype UFO over Canada.
I did not, but now I need to. I need
Yeah,
to know everything.
exactly. So there is a new documentary come out, all about the British royal family and specifically their ties with aliens,
Right.
which is it's a very very niche audience, I
It's like
suppose.
someone made it just for you.
I know it's just for me. But in this documentary, directed by Mark Christopher Lee, so cool. He got three first names. He spoke to a Canadian diver called Dan Costello,
Mm.
and this diver Dan, claims that he saw the then Prince of Wales inside a prototype craft at Sandy Point, which I think is a military base in Canada somewhere.
Right.
Apparently, it was a submersible vehicle that gave off what he calls a bluish ionic flame, which he says refers to electrically charged particles. Right now, it
Right.
gets a bit wafty because he claims that it scorched the earth underneath it. Right, but then he says
You've gone. It gets a bit what?
it gets a bit wafty.
Okay. Right. That wasn't the bafty part. Right. Let's go.
Yeah, that wasn't the wafty part. The wafty part is that Diver Dan claims that the vehicle that Charles was in scorched the earth underneath it. But apparently, it turned the soil into grass. I don't know how those two things can coexist.
Maybe it scorched it and then it turned it into grass.
Maybe. But anyway, Costello claims that the craft had dual rotor blades like a helicopter, but it could also just sit and hover in the sky with the blades not on and no sound of propulsion. Apparently, there was just a faint crackle, like static. But that just makes me wonder what's the point in the blades if he doesn't need them on? Are they
Yeah.
just aesthetically pleasing? What's
Well,
what's the deal?
well, also, my question for this is I have several, but
Okay.
let's work inwards.
Yeah.
So number one, he saw it go across the ground. So was
Yes.
it flying low? Let's assume it was flying very low to the ground,
Hmm.
right? For it to, or even like a meter off the ground. Do you know what I mean? With
Yeah.
relativism low. And he watched this happen. He then watched it ascend, I'm assuming, like a helicopter does. And at that point, stop and then make a faint crackle. How close is he to hear a faint crackle to know that it's faint? Because, like, planes make very faint noises when they're far away.
Mm.
Was it actually like a big that he was a mile away? And then, if that was the case, did he see Prince Charles or did he just see what I'm assuming is a mad LSD trip?
He
I've
just
lost
projects
questions.
Prince Charles wherever he goes. If he's not taking his glasses out with him and everything's a little bit fuzzy, he presumes everyone's King Charles until he gets
Love it.
close enough to realise, oh, hang on, actually it's not.
That's what I do, to be honest.
Yeah,
You
it's,
know,
it's just safer to. Just presume that an old man's going to come up to you and threaten to wrap you in tin foil and put you in the microwave, and you'll be good to go.
yeah,
Do you remember that? Do you remember when he said that?
Who did he say that to?
It was a woman in a wheelchair,
That was
and she
it.
had a
He was
tinfoil
reheating his
blanket on.
vegetables.
Yeah, she had a tinfoil blanket over her legs, and he said something to the tune of, "Oh, we can wrap you up like a baked potato and put you in the microwave."
Yeah, I think he was trying to say let's warm you up. But what he actually said was let's burn you alive. And I like that in our royal family. I don't know if everyone's a fan, but I am. Oh, also a quick fun segment while we're on about delusional people.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, a new trend is going on, mostly by Americans,
of
where
course.
people are taking the latitude and longitude of places and then reversing them and being like, oh my god, they're portals. So it started because the Miami Mall, the one that got ran over with aliens,
Yeah,
got knocked.
I'm just sorry. How did people? Okay, yeah, continue. I'm sure we'll get there.
So someone took the coordinates of the Miami Mall, the one that was had shadow people here or whatever, right?
Uh huh.
And instead of north and east, they changed it to south and west. And
Okay.
when you do that, the marker just goes to a random place in Antarctica.
Yeah.
And he was like, they're doing experiments there. There's going to be portals opening. And then he changes them again. He inverts them. So he changes them instead of being south and west. Yeah, south and west. They're now west and south. Um, and he's like, bam, look, the North Pole. Well, actually, it's not the North Pole. It's Greenland, but it's close enough. It's just,
Why?
he's
Why
like,
is he doing it though?
because he's decided that inverse coordinates means there's definitely a portal between the two places.
I would love to be a fly on the wall on the day he decided. Oh, I'm gonna flip those. I just want to see, not necessarily that bit where he decided to flip it, but the part where he decided that there was a portal. That's the bit. That's the bit I'm not getting.
I think he thinks that aliens in the mall were there and then disappeared really quickly. They must have done it through teleportation. And I'm assuming he probably, if I had to guess his logic,
Yeah.
I'm assuming he was looking at it. He had the coordinates up and then realized the coordinates work on a grid system, and therefore, technically, everywhere in the world is an inverse and a mirror image of somewhere else in the world because that's how the fucking grid system works.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then at that point, he was like, "Oh my god, Antarctica!" And that was that. Our friend now knows how portal travel works. But yeah, I think that's everything for today. A
Yeah.
successful Jake and Harry adventure.
Across misinformation. Jake and Harry versus misinformation. That's what this type. That's what the episode's going to be called.
I've been your host, Killer Keemstar.
And I've been your host, Mr. Beast.
Let's get right into the news.
That's my favourite KSI line.
He stole that from.
Just winding you up.
For a fourth, my brain went limp with just this is so wrong. He must be. No, I can't deal with Kian.
Oh.
You're confusing me.
Right. Thanks for listening, everyone. It's been another episode. Hopefully, we'll be the three of us will be reunited next time.
Welcome to the yeah. What a podcast. Sit back and relax. Above sightings, people rose, conspiracies and open doors. Check out the weirdest news around the globe. They'll take you down the rabbit hole. Yeah, what if when the weird world's of view takes out there chasing stories that's funny too. Harris hunted cryptids across the land. See us spinning facts. Better watch those hands. Buckle up, bitch. Yeah, what are they?
Join us next time when Jake gets blackout drunk and spurts of vanities.
Just start hating really random groups.
Yeah, people who go shopping on a fucking Tuesday, those dirty blood traders.
Yeah, people who go on Mumsnet, but their kids are like 21.
Disgusting.
We should ship them off to Rwanda.
Yeah, good on Rwanda. We can have a new segment where we just list things we're going to send to Rwanda.
Kian.
Fuck's sake. Not sending Kian to Rwanda, he'd thrive somehow.
I know. He became like king of Rwanda.
This scene's racially charged now. I'm going to step away.
Yeah, right. That's it. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Fuck's sake. Right.